Hello, hi. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Malavika. I am based at OASPA. OASPA is the Open Access Scholarly Publishing Association, where we have a range of publishing members from all over the world, representing a full spectrum of approaches to open access, from scholar-led voluntary and very small publishers to society, university press, and even massive and commercial publishers. OASPA is mission-driven with a focus on open access, and we exist to make open access better. Now, when we talk about equitable open access, OASPA really feels that there are two aspects to this. One is equity in access. So this is about who can publish open access. And the other facet is equity in engagement. So this is about who can influence, who has a voice, who has decision-making powers and can influence open access publishing. Now, in this conversation, really my focus is just going to be on that first element. So ensuring that all who want can publish open access, because OASPA is really concerned by a lack of diversity in the way in which open access is being achieved. And you can see some of the stats there on the slide. And we know that the APC, or the pay-to-publish model, is dominant in the way a huge share of open access is being achieved. And for a successful transition to open access, we believe that everyone should be able to read and to publish OA. Now, you could ask, is there really an imbalance in who can publish OA, and what's the evidence for this being a problem? And I've distilled down a longer reference list to the few that you can see on this slide here. And these references are telling us that the pay-to-publish APC-based system is leaving out scholars from the global south, scholars from low-income countries, from middle-income countries, those who are more junior in their careers wherever they are based in the world, those who are women wherever they are based in the world. The penultimate study on this list was looking at who is publishing APC-enabled open access papers. And it concluded that any scholar who is not a male at a senior stage of professional rank is disadvantaged by the pay-to-publish or APC approach. And bear in mind, this was a study in the US, which is a high-income country. More than half the countries in the world are not high-income countries. So, as the slide asks there, an open access world for whom, if most of the world's researchers are being left out? And this is not just about geographies or countries. This is also about affiliation. And this is where perhaps you as the audience may feel this much more acutely, because we've seen really a dramatic rise in transformative agreements and pure publish open access agreements. And we can see the gaps in this approach because they tend to be struck by research-intensive universities only. And these agreements just open the door to open access publishing for then those select researchers at select institutions. And even if all well-resourced research-intensive institutions in the whole world, in all countries, are able to strike transformative agreements or pure publish open access agreements, what happens to all the scholars, as are coming up now on your slide, all the scholars in these scenarios, right, based anywhere in the world, these scholars are still left out. And that could include you here, I'm assuming, because I've put on there most private sector organizations. So OASPA this year has run 4 workshops, bringing librarians and publishers together to look at how we can increase equity in open access. Now, I should admit here that we did not include representatives from the pharmaceutical industry, and that's why I'm grateful to be here discussing this with you right now. But in our workshops, we learned that waivers are seen as colonial and condescending, that we needed here and now some recommendations for better practice to improve equity in the APC payment system. We detected enthusiasm in a shift away from per article transactions towards open access for all. And we also learned that to build more equity and achieve open access for all, that we need funding models that are completely decoupled from an atomized approach to individual articles. And finally, what I would say is, in order to arrive at that kind of open access for all, we kind of need to look beyond just institutional libraries and higher education. We need to involve all payers and stakeholders. And I'll acknowledge here that this sector, the pharmaceutical industry, interacts with publishing both as producers of knowledge and as purchasers and payers and research funders from the private sector. So I look forward to learning from you and discussing further. Thank you.